I don't know if there was a specific moment where I felt like I am in this fight. I think it was more so a realization that I have been in this fight. I've always been standing up for women's equality. People in my high school always called me a feminist. And that was just the way it was. I was always going to tell you the way I felt and what women could do, and to challenge you to tell me why I can't do it because I'm a woman or because I'm a woman of color. Going from the Midwest, Chicagoland area, and then going down south, I went there to play basketball, and I came out of Tennessee a better basketball player and a much better person. Coach Summitt has had and will continue to have an enormous impact on me as a person. Her main phrase was, "I don't coach effort." She wanted you to bring effort and energy and passion every single day. Her really emphasizing how important it is to have personal relationships and to be passionate about people really kind of has trickled down to all of my teammates. The WNBA is a league made up of all women. 80% of those women are women of color. So if you look in the big scheme of things in the world, we are the minority, but we're a league that's made up of the majority of the minority. Being able to say that we represent so many that don't have a voice, it's like our responsibility to speak out and try to make things better. I think it's important for young Black women to see people that look like me in leadership roles. You know, we come in different shapes, sizes, and can still do the job just as well. Even though it was in college when I realized how important it was for others to see Black women in positions of power, I know that it was the influence of female athletes before me that already put the idea into my head. Players like Lisa Leslie. When you tell Lisa Leslie's story, you're pretty much telling the story of how women's basketball went big time. As an athlete and as a woman, her legacy leaves no doubt that she's a real OG. How it went from this to this.
Yes! She did it!
That transformation absolutely could not have taken place without Lisa. It all started when she was in high school. Superstar, growing up in LA. Then she went to one of the best programs in the country at USC, where she was an All-American, the National Player of the Year of college basketball. Now, for most of the history of women's basketball, that would have been it for Lisa. There was nowhere else to play. But in 1996, her timing was perfect. The NBA was getting set to launch a women's pro league. And what they needed more than anything else was stars. Playing for the LA Sparks, Lisa became a household name. She was dominant on the court, and on top of that, she had the charisma to fit a star. And by the next year, she was on every poster, letting the world know that she and her girls had next. She was an MVP, a finals MVP, an all-star game MVP. She won 2 championships. And who can forget that she was also the first player in the league ever to dunk.
What's she gonna do? She dunked it! For the first time in WNBA history, someone has dunked.
But honestly, to me, it was always about more than just what a beast Lisa was on the court. It was what she represented. Lisa never tried to conform to any expectations about what a women's basketball star should be like. She once put it this way: I'm strong, I'm tough, and I still wear my eyeliner. She wasn't afraid to maintain her femininity while being a force on the court. And most of all, she wasn't afraid to speak her mind wherever she went. Since Lisa retired in 2009, she's been a model, an actress, a TV analyst. But today, if you call her a groundbreaker, she'll tell you she prefers the term torch carrier, because she hasn't forgotten about all the women who came before her. Lisa felt like she was carrying the torch for those predecessors when she played, and she knew how important it was that her generation succeeded so that the next generation, my generation, could benefit. And by the way, Lisa's still making sure her voice is heard. This past June, she wrote an open letter she titled Dear America, loudly adding her voice to the Black Lives Matter movement. Lisa Leslie has always walked a path for the rest of us to follow. I'm thankful for her inspiration, her passion, her boldness, and her voice. And as I move forward in my own journey and look to keep making my own impact, she's an OG. I'll always respect and always salute. I was a young rookie, and I was about to play with one of the greatest players in the WNBA history, in Lisa Leslie. And for me, I really just tried to learn and to listen, just trying to soak up as much as possible. Lisa's actions truly inspired our generation. You know, I think we're a league that is now made up of people that are able to be themselves, not settling for the way things have always been. I think that this generation has taken that baton from Lisa, and not just in the sense of playing basketball in between the lines. I'm talking like out in the community. I'm talking being mothers, business women, leaders. Lisa and that generation opened up so many doors for us to even be able to use our voices. A lot of times, everybody can sit and talk about the things that they want to accomplish or that the world needs to do. But I feel as though, for me, I think the most proud was being able to invest in a women's soccer team that is going to be in LA. It's Angel City FC. And I think it's important to show other young girls that, you know, women can be in ownership positions, and also women are gonna support women. I think that's just as important. I think Lisa never believed anyone when they told her what she could and couldn't do. I've taken that exact attitude in my life, and I want to make sure that future generations feel the same way when it comes to gender equality.